Hi everyone, it's Darla. Today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful shell shrug. Here it is. So, let's get started. For this tutorial, I used Loops and Threads Joy DK. It's an 85-gram ball, 232 yards per ball, and I used 4. And this is what I had left from the 4. This color I used is Wild Berry. Recommended hook size is a 5mm. I used a 5.5, and this yarn is a lightweight 3. 100% anti-pilling acrylic. Any lightweight 3 should work fine for this tutorial. This is how the Joy DK comes wrapped. This is a different color. This one is called Pina Colada. But as I said, I used the Wild Berry. And this is how it works up. If you do it in a beautiful shell stitch, which is what I used for this tutorial. And this yarn has specks. Like you can see the... Whoa, that's not true to color. This is dark, like a dark bluish. Yeah, that's definitely not true to color, but it's still beautiful. The colors are much darker than they're showing on the camera. But the darker colors have specks of red. And this red here, which is a dark red, it's got specks of a darker red in it. Or the purpley, this is a dark purple. This is not showing up true to color. But you get the idea, right? I'll show a better picture. And so I said I used 4 of the balls, which are 232 yards each. And I'm about a medium. And I'm 5.5, if that helps for the lengths. Okay, now we're going to make a chain of 90. And it's going to be in multiples of 6 plus 3. So I'm going to make a chain of 90 plus 3. And I'll meet you at the end of this chain. Now when you get to the end of your chain, you're going to make a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. Never count the one on the hook. 1, and then in this second chain make single crochet. And then we're going to make a single crochet in every chain right to the end of this row. I'll meet you at the end of this row. Now at the end of this row, we're going to chain 3 and turn our work. Now we're going to skip 5 single crochets starting with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into the 6th one, we are going to make a shell stitch. So it'll be 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and make 3 more in that same spot. Okay, now we're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th one, we're going to make another shell. That's 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets in that same spot. Skip 3 again, 1, 2, 3, go into the 4th, make a shell in there again. This is your pattern all the way along. 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. That's 3, chain 2, 3 more double crochets. So again, skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. In the 4th one, make a shell, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets, all in that same single crochet from the previous row. So this is row 2 we're working on. Continue doing that to the end of your row, and then I'll meet you at the end of the row. Now when you get to the end of row 2, you should have 4 stitches left, 1, 2, 3, and then the one on the very end. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a double crochet into the very end. So you skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, go into the very end, make a double crochet. Okay, now you want to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work. Now from now on, this is the row that you're going to be repeating. This is row 3. So you're just going to make a shell into each shell, right in the center there. So let's do our 3 double crochets. Chain 2, oops, and then 3 more double crochets in the center of your shell from the previous row. So this is how it's going to look. It's going to be shell on shell from now on. So when you get to the end of this row, you're going to be making the shell inside this last shell, and then you're going to make a double crochet right here into the top of that chain 3. And then you'll chain 3 and turn your work and start making shells again all the way across. I'll meet you at the end of this row just to show you one more time. Now when you get to the end of row 3 and you've made your last shell, you're going to make a double crochet into the top of this chain 3 from the previous row. And double crochet. Chain 3, turn your work, and start making your shells again. And this is how your pattern's going to work up till you make it as wide as you want. This is going to be the width. This is what's going to wrap around your back and then around your front as much as you want it to. If you want it to close in front, then make it as long as, or as wide as you want. See, this is going to be from the back of your neck down to your waist, or however long you want it to be. So this is the length. And then as you work this way, that's going to be the width that's going to wrap around you. And just continue on making row after row of your shells. And then when I come back, I'll tell you how many rows I made. All right, so I made a total of 67 rows of fans. If you count the single crochet row I made here, counting that one is 68. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a row of fans along this one side here, just to make it look nicer. So chain the 3 and then go right into the stitch, or the, actually this is the chain. Go right into that chain with 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. I'm just gonna make this edge look nice, that's all. Okay, that's 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and then jump over to the next one. Just do that all down this side. And I'm just actually color controlling it a little bit here, because on the other side, and this is what's gonna, where your hands are gonna come through these areas here. The other end, I had ended with a blue. Where is it here? With the blues and purples. There's a little bit of the bright red there, but it's mostly the blue along here. So I decided I would put the blue on this and kind of match them up. Okay, so just continue doing that if you choose to. You don't have to. 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. That's our fan. So I'm just going to finish this and then come back and show you how to sew it together. Now this is the length of it. It goes from the back of your neck down to your waist or however long you want it. Now I'm about a size medium, and so mine is about 23 inches. That's the length, and then the width is the long part here that's going to wrap around your body. So let's see. See how long mine measures here. Mine measures about 47 inches. Roughly about 47 inches. And that's going to wrap around my back and then to my front. So now what we're going to do is we're going to sew. We're going to put the short end like this. And then we're going to sew part way and leave this part open. This is where your hand is going to go through and your wrist. So I'm just going to sew that along this little piece here. And then I'm going to do the same on the other end. So you can single crochet, you can close it off however you want. And yeah, but I normally just use some yarn to just sew them together. I tie a knot right here at the end, and then I sew that end in afterwards. So okay. Doesn't have to be fancy, because that, it's going to be on the inside. As long as it's sturdy and it's, it's going to hold it together without any gaps or spaces or things that are going to look funny. Okay, so I'm just going to continue doing that off camera, and then I'm going to do the other end. Just fold it like that, and then just sew part ways and leave enough space for your hand and wrist to get through.